In this video, we're going to demo Skyline Health for vSphere. Earlier in the series, I gave an overview on all of the Skyline tools. If you missed it, I'll provide a link in the description below. In this demo, we'll see that Skyline Health is native to vCenter server, automatically performs analysis on vSAN and vSphere, and it keeps you informed with a dashboard and alarms in vCenter. Let's get started. To access Skyline Health for vSphere, we will need to log into the vSphere web client. As you can see, I'm logged into my home lab. It's a small environment, but will suit us well for this purpose. To access the Skyline Health dashboard, we'll need to click on the vCenter server icon in the inventory tree. Once there, we can navigate to Monitor to see the dashboard. But first, I wanted to call out a feature of Skyline Health. If it detects an issue in your environment, it will throw an alarm on the summary screen. You can also edit these alarms to send emails to the appropriate staff or take other action. You can acknowledge the alarm or reset it to green, but for now, we're going to click on the Monitor tab and look for Skyline Health at the bottom of the list. The dashboard is represented by a number of checks that are grouped by category. As with most things in IT, color indicates status. A green check means this test passed and there are no issues to worry about. A blue informational icon represents information that you need to be aware of, but may not need to take action at this time. And an issue that's found will be represented by a yellow warning icon. It looks like we have one in my environment. So we'll expand this out to investigate further. And we'll see that while I have a number of security health checks that pass, I have one that does not. If I click on it in the list, it will show me details about what items in my inventory are affected by this particular check. I can see that one of my hosts have not been patched for the Spectre Meltdown vulnerability. If I click the Info button, this brings up a short description of the issue with an Ask VMware button, which will take me to a web page, which is usually a knowledge base article that provides more technical detail on the issue. In some instances, these alarms are expected. In the case of this host, I'm going to replace it soon with a newer model CPU that is not affected by this particular issue. So I'm going to choose to silence this alert. When I do that, I will see a dialog that reminds me that I can ignore the item so it will not trigger an alarm, but the underlying condition still exists. This is okay for my environment, so I will click yes. You'll see that the yellow warning icon has been replaced by a gray box with a cross through it. This means the issue has been detected, but it will not alarm. If I choose, I can actually restore the alert so that warnings resume. For now, I'll leave this as ignored and we'll move on. Skyline Health checks run automatically in the background. If I've fixed a condition, such as a disk space issue on a host or a vCenter server, and I want to clear the alarm, I can actually initiate a manual retest. Doing that starts a process in the background that scans all of my hosts and my vCenter, and you can see the task progress in the task pane. Most environments run in just a few minutes. Mine takes about a minute to run as it's so small. A nice feature of Skyline Health is that it is able to grow and evolve by downloading new checks in the background from VMware's website. There are 2 checks that test this online health availability. One thing that Skyline Health does require that you opt in to the Customer Experience Improvement Program, or CEIP. In this instance, I have. If your check is throwing a warning, it means you have not yet opted in. You can click the Configure CEIP button to make that change. If you want to learn more about what CEIP means, you can click Ask VMware. The other check is for online health connectivity. This tests the ability of vCenter to connect to VMware's website and download the new information. This dynamic ability to modify checks without vCenter upgrades makes Skyline Health a very nimble and important part of your virtual management and monitoring solution. I hope you found this brief demo useful. If you did, please click like. You can also subscribe to be notified when I post new content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.